Hi, welcome to ForgeFire Archives. I forgot which episode this is already, but I really hope we can have the amount of fun that I've been providing for my players at the end of my Fey beating stick, as I've already dumped them at level, let's see, 5 in the Feywild, and they are the relative outskirts. They've just survived a minor skirmish with the with a third of the fucking Red Cap village. And let me introduce my players for this session. CP,
Yes.
Zurek,
Foreman.
Candace Crane,
What's up, bro?
Randy Sturgroff,
Paul Bunyan's where the food is good, but not too good, eh?
Martyr McFly, Zrickard Shadow Reaper, who is also now a fucking plague rat.
This session is sponsored by dndwiki.com.
No!
For all the balances.
No!
Yes.
No! None of that!
Yes.
Shame on
So
you!
do you think these are official classes? Get that thought out of your mind.
Da. Alright.
Just earlier, we are looking at our favorite class, the Demon King at level 1.
Stop. Creatures. All of you. You deserve what's coming next. As we zero back into our theater of the mind. But first, I'm going to just for comedy's sake, I'm gonna place you back on the Newlands map. As we zero back in to our lovely party, the heroes of the story bullying a Galabdur by the name of Gabe.
Half of us are bullying him, the other half are providing him emotional support.
Yeah.
Playing
It's a
chess.
tipping tide.
You mean a sipping tide?
Also chess.
Also, Pyro, I hope you're getting the art in the recording.
I am not, as there's a lot of players, and I had to do the text bars. But I will show them real quick. Where the fuck did I put these? Yeah. Video display. No, there we go. Regular. Yo, look at that sippy art.
Oh, I meant at the top of the world map.
Oh, fuck's sake. Hang on.
Oh. Okay.
For once, I don't think it was me.
What?
It wasn't me.
You know what? Hang on. Let me zoom in. There we go. I have a distinct feeling one of two rats did this. And by looking at the artful distinguishing here, I'm thinking it was an older armored rat.
Actually, that color is Connor's color.
What did I do?
An easy.
I don't
frame
know.
job.
You're
It's
easy to
very
blame.
easy to frame. Oh no! What have you done?
Oh
You-
God!
You ripped one of the nuts off.
Hey, YouTube!
Oh,
We here to Dice-aster children don't get the fuck off my screen.
You left
one the remains.
one hair.
One pube.
That was there last week.
I don't give a
nothing about it.
fuck.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
I'm not that artistic.
Okay.
I can't draw for shit. It would look
Okay.
much worse than that if it were me.
Okay. Anyway, you're all bullying this Gelabdur, asking questions. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. He told you there's two ways to get to the autumn phase. You are not directly bordering them. You could go through the winter phase, or go along the other path and head past the summer phase. I cannot remember. One of these paths did in fact lead to a certain spring aligned house. No, town, city, CP city, Sipty, empty.
I think it might have been summer, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
We're
the
going with
start.
summer, making sure streamer mode is on because I'm hearing that through someone else's mic. I think.
Shane.
Fucking.
Oh, my bad. Oh! I forgot that Final Fantasy was up because we were looking at D&D Wiki.
Close the fucking
And-
game.
No, I closed it. But, like, I was wondering, I was like, damn, why is Roll20 having such problems? And I accidentally clicked the top.
We
and I
gonna
saw
have
the
problems in a
cutscene.
second, boy.
I saw the fucking cutscene for
You know what?
Walker
You know
going
what?
apeshit.
Zrikich, the Shadow Reaper, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
As a rogue, I have a decent con.
Make it.
You say that. Fuck. Yeah, there we go.
Your fur turns orange.
Oh no.
Like proper redheaded orange. You're a ginger rat now.
You fucker.
A fate worse than death.
You could say autumn leaf orange, really. All right. Now, please continue talking to the Scalabder. Or don't. Leave him alone. Let him live his life.
Or take his life.
We had stopped talking to him, and we let him go back to sleep, and then we were playing chess.
The last thing I heard was get Martyr to piss on him. So I was seeing if you're still
What?
talking to him.
Wait, who said that?
I did.
No, don't piss on
I was
Caleb.
rubbing on him so he would smell like me instead of Autumn.
And then Zrikis said, "Get Martha to piss on him. That'll fix it."
And that's when I ended the session. So, are you done talking to Gabe?
Yes, he's given us basically every information we could ask.
Okay, good. Gabe goes back to being a rock and pretends he never heard, or who is being actively rubbed on by a by a rat.
Fair enough.
All right, you're all sitting there by the fire, still resting.
This chess game is fascinating.
I believe, as you all wind down for the night, I feel I should ask, even though it sounds a bit of a dumb question. Are you guys taking watches?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
If we're going down for the night, Sippy will pout this little wooden owl, and he'll just put it down. Keep us safe, Hoover. And he casts alarm with Hoover.
It is useful.
As a little owl animates and floats in midair.
I shall supplement this with a shiftable watch.
Mhm.
I shall take first. Would anyone like to take the relieving shift?
Sippy, if you want, I'll allow this to be the one-eyed owl you sent me.
I will go next,
Oh,
demon.
yes, please do. I will. I'll also take third roll
There we
of
go.
watch.
There we go.
Oh,
All right. So first
and-
watch was
Martyr.
Martyr. Second watch.
Zrikich.
Okay. Yeah. Put it in chat. There we go. Ford.
Ford.
Forsted.
Well, then I don't need to take a watch. Just sleep.
Oh, well, that's certainly something else entirely.
I deleted that. Even better.
Oh.
All right. First watch, Martyri.
Just a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Question, real quick. Sippy.
Yeah.
Is it a mental or a
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's definitely a audible alarm. I've all of the party, including Lyra, are included that they won't set it off, and it will make a very very loud owl screeching noise if it is set off.
Oh goody, I get to try that noise.
Great.
Here's a spoiler, it's gonna be wrong. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be horrific. So, 18 perception. You're used to taking first watch, as you are you're an alright scout. But you were the kind of hard ass a little bit. No, that's not the word I'll use for it. But
Yeah,
you took your job seriously.
Mhm.
As you begin to almost like an army soldier pace the width of the alarm spell,
Mhm.
and your watch passes without issue. Oh, me just actually, before I say that, why don't I actually roll to see if anything happens? Come to me, dice. I have need of your services. Yes. Sir Pirate wants to use if I can do 100. Oh! Okay.
Ancient silver dragon.
More frogs. You see slimy amphibians. As far as the eye can see, they've come to kill you.
You're not full. Oh, cool.
Okay. But your watch passes without issue. You're free. You're free to go wake up the next person.
Without issue. He glides over and stomps like right above the head of Zerkich and leans down.
Well,
It
it's
is time for
Candace.
you to leave me. Oh, Candace for a second? Oh, whoops.
Yes.
And he'll be nicer to Candace. He'll walk over and gently wake up Candace. It is
You
time for your
bastard.
watch.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
And he goes and grabs his feet onto a branch, climbs up, hooks his knees over it, and hangs upside down like a bat.
What the fuck?
That's how Marta sleeps.
The branch snaps.
Can I land on Zrikich?
At least give me that deck save.
You're asleep.
While you're asleep?
While you're
Alert, baby, alert! No surprise, baby.
when you're awake.
Oh fuck.
Make me. No. You're across the camp.
Fucking Candace hears
Bad. Yeah, I'm worst
and then
DM.
begrudged climbing.
Worst DM won't let me give the people's elbow to the rat.
Not yet.
You're gonna have to earn it.
I haven't gotten that.
Right.
I haven't gotten that $5 over Venmo yet. Anyway,
We'll see.
so
He
yes,
finds another branch. And
you find a
climbs it
much
up and
sturdier branch, and it is fine.
curmudgeon grumbling.
All right, Candace. After that comedic display, you're free to go. I imagine you have advantage because of your little buddy.
Yeah. Just
Would
looking at.
Lyra give advantage to everyone or just?
She's awake the whole night. She's a summoned spirit.
Remind me, is Lyra a celestial or a fae or a fiend?
Faye.
All right, noted. She lands on your head and it makes a little nest in your hair.
For a summoned thing, you do have your own personality. All right. What do my ginger eyes see?
Your ginger.
I was already typing some shit in for that.
Your
Oh,
ginger.
Oh, but now we have two gingers. A third of our party is ginger now.
No,
Terrible.
it's spreading.
Technically, Marta's a ginger.
No.
Oh God.
Marta's a ginger final form, just a straight demon.
Yeah.
Holding the
Except
soul of
I
the
have a
Urshay.
soul.
Yeah. Fuck.
Most likely stolen.
Candace Kane, you Do you see something in the night?
Uh-oh.
You're in the spring area, right? Yes, good. You see,
We should.
how should I put this? A distinctly female form in the distance. But
I swear if that's another dryad, I swear to
but
God.
but you see the vague outline of a female form, but you see two piercing yellow eyes that look vaguely feline.
Does a smile come out from underneath? Female Cheshire cat. She's just gonna look.
Nope.
He's gonna look away, see if there's any movement. Comes any closer.
Take my bit, you son of a bitch. As slowly getting closer is a what you would assume to be some sort of fuck. What are the campy people called? I forgot.
Tabaxi?
Feeling it, yeah.
Feel
A tabaxi in a distinct pattern on her fur that is reminiscent of a Cheshire cat.
Has she passed through the alarm?
No,
In close?
no, she's in the trees. Just squatting in the trees, looking at you, and then smiles.
He's gonna step right to the edge, nearest to where the furthest most person would be sleeping. I assume that would probably be Mortar.
He just
Amongst the
he just
circle.
swing in the tree next to you.
He's gonna go next to him, close enough to where if he has to, he'll try to wake him up or wake the others up. How far away is she?
From you currently, I would say for 40 feet, roughly.
Bless you.
You.
Hi, OBS.
He's gonna reach out in his mind and say, "Who are you?"
They call him Dovahkiin. Ah, fuck. Hang on, that one did more damage than I thought. Ah.
Yeah, using mind link, he's gonna speak telepathically to her.
Do you speak Sylvan?
I do.
Oh, never mind then. What are you doing in the forest? Strange soulless one. She didn't say the last part, but oh, I am here. Discuss our alliance. No. What are you doing in our forest?
He speaks back. A man in a place doing a thing. What's it to you?
A hunter looking for her prey.
Uh-oh.
What are you, hunter, or are you prey? You didn't catch
I
it.
am what I am. What do you say?
You don't immediately catch it, but she's not alone. As you see almost a second pair of eyes kind of swish past her. And there's another.
Is she speaking out like through her mouth, through her vocal cords? She's not speaking. Yeah.
If you let her, she talks through her mind link. If that's how it works.
No, he's just doing it one way. He's speaking to her in her mind, but she has to speak back out loud.
All right, then that first part she'll speak back out loud, but then she'll just stare at you.
Loud enough for the others to hear it?
It's very soft. You kind of just strain to hear it.
Hunter, prey, I am what I am. He says this out loud with a uplifted tone of voice right next to Martyr. and the others are trying to raise his voice just a little
Martyr,
bit.
make me a snoring check.
What do I roll?
Maybe a con save to see if you wake up.
Not blessed.
18 works. And you look to your side, and there's a ginger talking.
Does that get anyone else or just Martyr?
Well, I did say Zurgich was on the other end of the camp, so he didn't get elbow dropped.
So I see the eyes on the chatter.
Yes.
Martyr will flap and land as hard and intimidating as he can behind him. Stand up and look at the eyes. Just for like standing in Candace's shadows to try and intimidate them off. Just a little bit of body presence. Also, hopefully waking up somebody with his landing.
So some dust gets in everyone else's eyes.
Ow.
During that moment when Martyr's doing that, I don't know how that would work, but can Candace do his mind link back to Zrikich, who's on the other side, try to wake him up? Because I don't know if Martyr would have woken up the rest when he landed.
Dust got in his snoot. He's waking up now. They're like,
all right, everybody's waking up.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sippy.
Yeah. Can Sippy make a check to see who these might be?
You may have advantage too. This is your court's territory.
Yeah. What check is it exactly?
I'm gonna say history.
No, not like nature or like.
I'll let you do survival.
Oh, I'll do survival. Thank you.
As you can see, the moment Zrikich is woken up and realizes he's going to try to slink away, which is 26.
19.
Can you remind me why you have advantage?
Ashton.
Sorry, what?
Do you just have advantage in stealth? Is it something based on lighting?
Anders will kind of catch Zrikich, just kind of glance at him, and he'll keep talking again. Being Fey and all that. I know you said Hunter.
Before
Sorry,
we
go ahead.
get to you, Sippy, these are Cheshire.
Okay.
They
Do I
are.
know
They are. The fact that you know they are gives you a distinct feeling of where in the Spring Courts lands you are, and it kind of like makes you a little who shit. You're definitely in the hinterlands of the Spring Court, like on the edge. Timbuck fuck too, as these are semi civilized wild tribes of, we'll call them, they touched Tabaxi. And this is specific ones who specialize in magic.
Okay.
Shamanic magic.
So Sippy will just like go up to.
I should be Sippy with the capital.
Oh, go up and stare at their yellow eyes with his own yellow eyes, and just tilt his head. We are not here to trespass upon your land or steal your hunts. We are simply resting. We shall leave everything how it is.
Okay. Make me persuasion check.
Oh boy. Ugh, not great.
We shall see. And the eyes begin to fade as if they were never there. But you still feel watched.
Uh-oh.
And that's one watch, and as everyone's been woken up.
What should we do?
The
Go
feeling
back to sleep.
never truly
sorry.
fades. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Did they ever trip the alarm spell?
No.
Okay.
would have heard Hoover. He is very loud. Sippy curls up and goes back to sleep.
I guess we go back to sleep.
You
And whoever's
curl,
on watch, be extra vigilant.
do you curl in on yourself like you're your own feather down pillow?
Yes.
Good.
Nice.
The best part. Becoming fucking shifter.
Well, I guess it is Ricket's turn, and he's already in a tree, so he's good.
So Zrikich, are you going to go back into the circle to do your watch, or are you going to be?
He's gonna try to keep stealthing around the perimeter to make sure that none of them like approach.
All right, make me another check. Another roll. Actually, we're going to pause for a second, and we're back. All right, you rolled a 24. All right then. You're stealthing pretty great now. Now make me a perception check for the night.
Alrighty.
16.
Not bad.
All right, respectable. You don't see anything, or smell anything, or taste anything, but you're definitely orange.
You fuck. Why am I orange?
You got your
Why
concept.
have you done this?
It's the autumn influence.
He did this out of spite for something.
We'll see. Alright then. You, after I'm just going to use that D100 now, because rolling things is loud. 72. Refer to the Arcanum. Yeah, so. Huh. Begins to rain. Y'all are in a bit of an outcropping a little bit, so most everyone's fine. And get your little tents and whatnot. I assume some canvas little shelter. But you, Zrikich, you are a dirty a moist rat. At some point you just randomly flick out your tongue, and the rain tastes strange.
What kind of strange?
Like sugar water strange.
What the hell? I hate this place.
Do you look up?
Suppose so.
With your numbers, you can just make out just barely a cloud with like a face on it.
What the fuck is this?
I've been eating pineapple.
Shut
You're welcome.
Shut the fuck up. So, eventually it ends, and the much happier cloud now floats away.
I couldn't fuck off and do that somewhere else.
You smell very sweet now. For until you are dry, you have disadvantage on perception checks that are relied on smell. So just baseline for you, because all you now smell is pineapple now.
Oh, anything else happened during the
So
watch?
glad you
No.
killed him and not me.
Yeah. Nothing else happens as far as you're aware.
Okay.
All right,
Oh.
who was third
Who's fourth watch?
or fourth? Fourth, yes, or
It was Sippy.
Sippy.
Be Esip.
Whoo!
Zrikich will jump down and go up to the pile of feathers that is Sippy. After a moment of walking around the perimeter to find where his fucking head is.
It looks
Yeah,
suspiciously
flip-
like an ear.
The only feathery part is his head.
Oh, I thought you went full bird form to go to sleep.
Oh no.
My canon is you're just shape changing it into a pillow.
Well, he's gonna flip his short sword backwards and just gently nudge your head with the pommel.
Sippy immediately snaps his head, eyes completely open, straight at Zrikic.
There's a mouse 2 miles that way in the snowbank.
Yeah, exactly. And just, oh, good morning. And he will get up and just shake his head a bit to poof out his feathers and go to watch.
Zergich smells like pineapple.
Does Zippy know what that means at all?
I don't know. How lit have you been out?
Zippy's a bit of a night owl.
Thank you for that. I wanted to hear that.
I'm weaker for hearing it.
And while you're weaker, that could you explain the pineapple debauchery? I can't do it.
You can't. Do you want me to explain why I joked that it smells
Yes.
like pineapple?
Yes.
So, basically,
Hi YouTube.
hi YouTube. Without getting too explicit, it's a well-known trick that if you eat pineapple, the we'll call it male excrement for demonetization purposes, comes out tasting better.
Excrement is not the right.
We make $0 and 0 cents.
I don't want to be explaining how pineapple makes semen taste better on the internet.
Well, you just said
Okay,
it.
but
You just
calling
did.
it excrement is
You
not.
just
Is
did.
not.
Excrement is the wrong word.
Excrement is
not the right
literally
word.
shit.
Look,
Yeah, I mean-
look, mansap is.
You're showing your Alabama schooling.
It's called brogurt.
No. No.
I quit. I quit. I quit.
You cultivated this environment, DM.
It's the cream filling.
Brought to you by Roman. That's a good one.
This episode's sponsored by Dole.
Sponsored by
It's
Planned
sponsored by
Parenthood.
It's sponsored by Manscaped. Shave your balls.
Shave your balls to keep your broger fresh.
Your watch.
I think
So-
it's time to move on.
Could you make me
So Sippy. So what?
please?
Does Sippy even know?
No, that's not why it feels like that. It's just certain weather phenomena and ends up with strange things there. I just wanted to know. I had to know, and now I have this eldritch knowledge. Eldritch knowledge. Fuck.
I mean, it's a good thing I'm ace because I can't eat pineapple. It literally just obliterates my esophagus.
Well,
So things.
technically, because pineapple is eating you while you're eating.
Yeah,
it.
and my
It's a duel.
esophagus is extra sensitive to that sort of stuff. So I just,
How about we get that perception check?
I don't like to be sassed. So is Lyra helping right now?
Yes.
Okay. So Sippy will spend his time scratching Lyra
Although
on the head.
I will say, Candris, I don't know where you got the fact that face spirits don't need rest, but it's different. But damn, Lyra looking extra sad now, covered in pineapple juice.
Okay,
Oh,
I thought.
no.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Oh no.
All in her feathers.
Yeah. So
She's
Sippy
not
will
flying right now.
Sippy will spend his time trying to clean Lyra as he takes his watch.
She's all poofy, trying to wiggle it off, preening herself.
Sippy's giving a bath
Yeah.
to the bird.
Owl squared. Alright, if we could get the perception check. There it is. I didn't scroll down for some reason. Alright. 21. Yeah. 21. It's a good question. Could you roll me a d4?
Oh boy. 4.
Cool. You hear giggling.
Oh boy.
Not nearby. but off the distance in the woods, you hear giggling. You see little lights.
You know, I feel like Sippy just knows not to fucking interact with shit like that.
Yeah, I'll say, because we never really went too much into this, as I still need to find and or make a proper Feywild map. But given the circular nature and the tying into the other elements, you're sort of halfway into the spring area. In the near the middle, it gets more civilized, quote unquote. But out in the hinterlands, the Fey get more feral as for the audience, if they haven't caught on yet, the distinguish between any sentient species or civilized species, really, and non or feral ones, is a soul core. It is how I have civilized goblins, but also non-civilized goblins. And this rule applies to all other sentient life as well. If you have a soul core, you're borderline, if not sentient. So, most feral fae are just pure chaos and are not able to form a proper soul core. They might have amalgamations of fucked up chaos magic, but they don't have a soul core. The phenomenon that creates the spark of a soul. Yeah, in the hinterlands, there's a higher precedence for pure chaotic creatures, such as feral fae and the like. And then there's the proper 100 percentile creatures out here that turn into something else.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, even the most feral ones out here are only a very high percentile of chaos, and there's a little bit of something else. Maybe not necessarily order, but something there to keep it from the breakthrough to proper abomination.
Yeah, so Sippy generally knows random giggling is not to be fucked with. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, he will not fuck with the random giggling.
It's not a sure thing, but teehee.
Like, hey, if they're giggling, at least they're having a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
Might be having a good time at some point or someone else's expense.
maybe he doesn't hear any screaming, so it should be fine.
Silence spell be like, all right, that you hear that for the next few hours, and then
Wonderful.
and then the sun rises.
Nice.
And here's something else that might work funny in the Feywild for you. The sun or the moon always rises from the middle, above the city. It just manifests.
So Sippy can locate himself, like generally based on that.
Yes, it always points inward.
Okay.
That's handy.
Yeah.
Some says people parked under it for that reason.
Yeah. So Sippy generally has a good idea where he is right now. Then.
Yeah. Now that you've met the Cheshire, you know specifically you are a solid half, maybe a week out, depending on to your town. If my memory is correct, and they are definitely over toward the Sun Bay, and I believe I am. Or the general direction of the Sun Bay, or summer Bay, the Sun Bay.
Okay. So the rest of his watch just goes uneventful, and we get a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zrikich.
Yay,
I
yes.
assume he
Yes.
gets Lyra cleaned. By the
Make
end of
me
it.
another con save.
Son of a bitch.
You don't.
You're really giving me the Karen?
You don't.
Son of a bitch.
You don't notice anything.
DM, I would like to ask, given our previous conversations, does anything happen while I'm sleeping?
You, sir, I will get to you in a second. However,
Okay.
Oh.
everyone notices Zrikich has a 4-leaf clover attached to his ass,
In what way? Like
Where-
growing out of it?
where his tail used to be.
Oh, he
Good.
doesn't have a tail anymore.
Just,
he has a clover.
just a massive 4-leaf clover as his ass tail.
What the
Martyr will as
fuck?
well. Zrek.
Zrikich,
What?
what is on your tail?
Where is your tail?
I think
He's
the
gonna
question-
turn around and see it and just instantly pull out his sword and get ready to cut it off.
Oh, that might not be.
You can wiggle it. It's like a little pug tail.
Zerkich, I think cutting it off might not be the best course of action.
That's 2 failed
No,
saves.
no, no, no. It makes you cute.
Antagonize him.
It doesn't matter what I look like.
He's gonna walk up to Zrek and just hold his hand out.
The thermos.
There's a slight breeze and the clover sachets in the wind.
Pop off Clover.
As there's a small stalk and then the fully clover. Pretty much his tail turned green and then sprouted the clover like leaves at the end of it.
How fascinating.
Zrek, may I have the thermos?
Why?
When I have to go on scouting, I will hand it to you in case I'm captured. But otherwise, I am most likely able to escape were we to be caught. Makes
Also, that please
sense.
mask the smell of a strong autumnal presence surrounding the thermos. Better to have one thing to track than two.
By the way, Martyr, you had strange dreams last night. Flashes of eyes and clocks.
Probably means nothing.
You woke up a little sweaty. Nothing
Ready to
too
make
much
some
though.
sort of save?
Not yet.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm rolling for it. You roll pretty well.
Okay. Let me know if I need to update anything.
Zrek will hand over the thermos.
Oh, you know I will.
He will pocket it.
Let me just look at your percentage again.
Alright, there in the bio DM on character appearance.
Yes. Yes. This does please me.
And you put it in the recording.
I did. Fuck me. Yeah,
It's okay.
you don't like character secrets anyway.
Yeah. They just know that there's a third category.
I've been open that there are more than just chaos in order. That it just I haven't told you what it is, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I know. It
Yeah.
just says question mark 3 times.
Exactly.
If you'll all wait a moment, I need to find somewhere to wash off.
Now do I continue the bit and make him find a pineapple juice river?
It would probably be wise to make sure that we clean up well after ourselves, so that the Cheshire don't think we've too horribly intruded on their space.
See them any longer after this. Why does it matter?
Yes.
Because they know we were here and they might have means of tracking us.
Let them march to their deaths.
Ribbit.
What was that?
Ribbit.
Sippy will snap his head to the ribbiting.
Biden drawn.
There's just a toad there. It's purple.
Just a normal.
It's
just a normal.
It's a
toad.
normal toad. It's purple though. Ribbit.
Why is it purple?
Ribbit.
What if it were purple?
What if it's purple?
Yeah.
Zrek's gonna try and catch it.
Ribbit. Make just. It's a fat toad. It's a fat purple toad.
Do I catch it?
Yes, you catch it.
Guess I don't need to use my rations for the day. He's gonna start snacking.
Oh God,
Zrek,
Ribbit.
Can we?
Make-
Sippy will poof up his feathers. Zrek, I am not certain. Would Sippy know if this thing is poisonous or not?
Well, you know the basic theory that colorful things tend to have interesting effects on them.
Yeah.
Make me a
Yep.
wisdom save, Strek.
Okay. Blink.
This thing's delicious. You want more? You're really hungry.
If he sees more, he'll try to catch him.
There are plenty of purple frogs.
Okay. He'll
Although,
catch and eat his fill.
although
Does
the party doesn't see a lot of purple frogs.
can Sippy make a nature check to see what this frog was that Zrek immediately ate?
Yes.
What did he just eat?
I'm not sure.
Oh dear.
See, this isn't a physical thing. Sorry, buddy.
Oh God.
Because you've eaten all glory to the Hypnotoad.
The what?
Rick,
All drugs are technically poison.
come over here. I have something for you.
Hold on, trying to catch this frog.
As he jumps on a nearby log.
Zrek, that's a
It'll
log.
help you
not a
catch the frog.
frog.
Just take it.
And as you bite into into the giant like oblong frog, it turns from that into a log. As this psychedelic creature when in danger will release a psychic pheromone, causing the assailant to hallucinate. And its last moment before your chompers was spritzing you in the face with psychic venom, essentially.
So he's poisoned while in this way?
No, this was a purely mental effect.
Okay.
Hence the wisdom save. It ends shortly after if you bite into the log and someone has to help you pull yourself out.
Ah. Where'd the
Zrek,
frog go?
Zrek, please do not eat random.
There is a
fauna.
comically large like bite mark or bite taken out of a dead purple frog behind you.
He'll walk back over to the purple frog and pick it back up and
Please,
finish it off.
frog alone. This is a bad idea.
It's already dead. It didn't. It can't anymore.
This is a bad idea.
Why? Need food? I only have looks in his bag. Like, maybe 9 days worth left?
Right, that's 9 days where we can find something for you to eat that's not that frog.
Oh yes, please.
Well,
Eat
I
the
already
fake
ate
food.
the frog, so...
Right, but you shouldn't
Shrug.
eat it again.
Yeah, Zrek, I know you may think you are hardy, but some of these things are very, very dangerous.
He's right, you
Ah.
know.
Eh?
Did we all hear that?
It was Gabe. Wait, it was...
Oh. Yes, thank you, Gabe.
God, he ate the fucking frog.
Half of the party's just going fucking crazy, I guess. Hold the
Alright, so what are we doing now?
It's a good question. What are y'all doing?
Oh, Zrikich, are you watching Martyr do this?
Yes.
What's your... I'm messaging something to Pyron. He may ask for something.
As I make sure this thing only... Yep, it's only roll 20. Go ahead. Ba 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 da da da. Oh. Yes.
As I put in chat, he's over in the dirt drawing what seems to be a series of eyes.
Zrikich, this is pretty plain to see. You see a small mark on Martyr.
Like a blackened vein on his neck.
Pulsing.
Creeping up.
What does it look like?
Veiny. It looks like pretty much how you see someone like ink a vein or something like that, and it like spreads through, or that little fungus, well, not that kind of spreads out like a nervous system look like sort of pseudo tentacling itself up his neck.
He's
Towards
gonna
his
set.
eye.
He's gonna set his mess kit down, and he's gonna pull Martyr back, move his head over, and say,
Stay still.
and he's gonna take his dagger and just slowly start lowering it where he saw it start.
What are you doing?
You see it go. Martyr is in a kind of trance as you grab his head, as it has entered into his eye, and it has a different look to it. His left eye no longer matches his right eye. The right eye looks demonic. The left eye looks weird.
What
Yellow,
the hell?
and the
are you
left eye, out of sync with the right eye, turns and looks at you, and constricts the pupil.
What
Before-
entered you?
Before Martyr, "Ugh," and it slinks back down his neck.
It looked vaguely like
pressing into
how
like his carotid artery on the left.
it looks vaguely like how a goat's eye would look with that kind of like weird pupil, but like glowing yellow.
Sorry, I was dozing off. What happened?
It started out on like his neck and creeped up to his face.
Yeah, like on his carotid artery and slinked up, not stretching, moving.
Stay still. There's something in there.
What are you?
He's just
Get the
gonna
fucking knife
slowly-
away with me.
Ricky,
slowly.
what are you doing? Please put the knife away from Martyr's neck.
Something's in his body.
What?
It's just creeping up his face. I
Oh,
need to
you mean
cut it out
this?
now.
He pulls down like his shirt and like reveals it. Oh, you mean this?
Wear a shirt.
Wait, there's something.
Not like a full one, but like a covering, so he's not freezing in the night.
He now has a Bara tank top. You can't.
Otherwise, they would have
Half
seen it all.
shirt. It's a half shirt.
It's now it's now a Bara top. Yep.
A crop top, yeah.
It's crop top. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's just it's got a hybrid symbol in the middle.
Holidays.
Anyway,
God
he
rules it.
pulls down and oh, do you mean this? And he's pointing to it.
Wait, so you know what it is?
It's a birthmark. Have you not seen a birthmark before? Well, sort of birthmark.
Not one that moves.
Agreed.
One that invades your face, idiot.
It happened
Also-
when I went through Hybrian puberty. It's been with me for, it counts, a while.
No, this is something else. It retracted just a moment ago when you came to. You thought you were
What?
asleep, but you were doing weird shit. Look at the
Yeah.
ground.
Sippy know
Yeah.
if a birthmark like that would be normal?
Hybrian puberty's fucking weird, man. There's all sorts of shit that can happen. They can either turn into
What exactly did it do?
a half lava golem person, a winged monstrosity. Hybris it does some weird shit to the bodies of his subjects.
You said it moved, right, Jerkich?
Yes. It creeped up your veins and into your face.
You
It
see,
changed
he's
your eyes.
He's like focusing and like tensing, and it's a little bit inching up. And there's a little bit of it. Every now and then it just kind of drifts on its own. Something happened. I don't know. I've just always
Is-
had it.
Did we
Is that
cut it
normal
out?
among your people?
No, I've had physicals, and the medics looked over it and didn't see any issue with it. So it's just a fun quirk of my metamorphosis.
So it's not normal amongst your peoples.
Not maybe, I don't know. I didn't ask anyone if they had it, but the medics seemed to say it was fine, so I just assumed it was something they'd seen before.
You say fun quirk, but it abducted your brain for a moment.
What are you drawing? Do you recognize it?
He looks at it.
It is
Look like eyes.
you look down. You have drawn a disturbingly detailed visage of a tree with eyes.
Have you ever seen that before?
Do I remember it, DM?
You get flashes of that figure again, and you get a splitting headache. Make me a wisdom save.
14.
How should I put this? It feels. You remember that Greek myth where Athena was born? You feel like that's happening to the back of your skull right now. And it feels like someone has taken a ever so slightly ice pick to the back of your skull and is just hammering away at it like they're playing Dance Simulator on it.
he like grabs his head in like a migraine, and the birthmark like splinters and stretches for a second before rescinding
It
back.
will shove him backwards and immediately start kicking the symbol out of the dirt.
Fae, demons, they're all a bunch of crazy shit.
The
Whatever
bright orange
it is,
rat says with a clover tail.
good.
Ah,
Whatever
Ezra
it is,
pulls his hammer. Should I knock
not-
him out?
as much as I'd love to say yes, we don't have that kind of time.
Marta gets up. It's really
I-
not
I
anything
love travel
to be
sessions.
concerned about. It's like I said,
turning.
it's just, well, it could be. No, probably not. And then he just stops talking and is like, he thinks the conversation's over.
He gets smacked in the back by a hammer.
Ow!
Finish the sentence.
Did I? Oh, it could have something to do with the recent oath I've made.
The what?
Oath?
You all
Well,
know Caligula. Oh, go ahead.
So, you'll remember when we went through the portal to the Red Caps, right?
Very much so, yes.
So that
Yeah,
I
that
had an
was
intermediate.
yesterday.
I had an intermediate destination as I fell through. Some sort of weightless, ethereal miasma zone above some great watery sphere, and I spoke to some entity who looked like me and had supposedly sponsored my power. And then I asked him to remove the buffer he put on my mind when a few months ago, and I started having these dreams. I didn't have them in the Hybrian army, though. That's weird. Well,
I don't
maybe
know
I
whether
did.
concerned
Uh,
or
I'm fine.
proud.
Well,
I don't know if that's true.
I really only made the only oath I made is that I would do things on my terms. It was a very open deal. It was very wise to make sure I was in the favor. And he kind of like bucks up his chest.
That's all well and good, but deals are never as open as we think they are, especially when we are so close to the Feywild and now in it.
Oh, I just said I would live my life, and they could sponsor me if they wanted to. But if they tried to put any rules on me, I would go kill them.
That's really dumb.
What do you mean? I'm in the position of power with that deal.
I
Hey,
just don't think
I
that
thought I
deals.
was dumb. He's pretty dumb.
I just think deals are all about taking power from people, and they just make me very nervous.
Well, this power was given at first, and then I said they could take it if they wanted. I didn't ask for it, and
You are not in the position of power with this. You're his bitch.
I have to agree.
Nah, can't be true. He didn't even make me make an oath. I chose to.
Oh my
I don't know if you did
God.
it, or you didn't choose to do what you were doing earlier.
He just kind of shrugs. I don't know.
He's gonna get kidnapped by someone offering him puppies.
No, of course not. Hellhound puppies are the only ones who can survive in my presence.
I'm just envisioning a giant fey-colored van driving up, holding out a tin of Oreos.
This will save me a day of rations. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Oh, you eat it with the bag over your head? How
Yes.
unique.
Meanwhile, Asmodeus, fucking Merlin,
Double tap.
Asmodeus, Merlin, and a fucking Cthulhu monster leaning out the other car door. Get in! Let's go! Let's go to Vegas, baby!
Oh, go!
Don't. It's the bag catches all the crumbs. You know, you get all the crumbs.
Yeah.
Sneak.
Zrkic,
He's
despite your
just slinking around looking for fucking water.
given your new coat, you actually find it slightly easier to sneak around, as it's not the color per se. It's more like the obsidian black doesn't stand out as much as a dirty orange sort of color. It still stands out, just not nearly as much. And you just zip into the tall grass.
Do I find any water to wash off this fucking sweet smell?
Make your survival check.
Oh,
To
shit, I made the perception.
look for tracks and whatnot. Yeah, you're relatively low to the ground. It's very plainsy, so just covered in patches of nonsense like tall grass and trees and whatnot. You do find a small pond nearby, or
Right.
moving river. The water's moving.
He's gonna see if there's anything, or attempt to see if there's anything about it.
The water's
weird.
From a distance. The water's very clear. It's running, so it's very clean. Doesn't look stagnant at all. As you get closer with your investigation check, you do hear vague giggling.
Oh, shit. Always more Fae.
Always
He's gonna
more
try to find where it's coming from.
You don't
Oh,
see
no.
anything. The giggling almost seems to be coming from the water itself.
Oh no. Druggy's gonna get drowned.
If only I was mean enough to actually use the monster I wanted to use on him. Let me see if it's even in more guidance. Let's see.
He's going to
Oh!
approach the water, and he's going to, about 10-ish feet away, he's gonna send his grappling hook into it. His
The grappling hook splashes into the water. Nothing happens.
Fae world.
You sit there and stare at it. It slightly like tinks into some rocks kind of in the water. The current's trying to move it, but it's not very strong.
He's gonna pull it back, and then he's gonna take one of his paralysis spore vials and toss it in.
Okay. Check something real quick. And we have some.
Where'd your wreckage go?
I believe he went to wash himself, he said.
Looking at the stats. Let's see.
Why?
Let's see here. I believe it was paralyzed.
Because he has a thermos, and he's supposed to
No,
leave it with
he-
me if he goes walking
He
off
passed
by
it to you.
himself.
I said he passed it to you before he left.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
I put it in the text
you.
because everyone was harrying Martyr at the time.
This is fascinating. Let's see here. I believe what was the
BC 11 on the poison.
okay. The poison slurps out into the water, and it's soon gone. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Yes.
We should go look for him.
Let me just check something real quick.
Well, if nothing happens after the poison, he's just gonna turn back around and head back.
Well, you don't move for a second. Something's happening.
Okay.
Let's see here.
God, Sippy would be so mad if he just saw you throw poison into a random freaking pond.
Don't move, as he doesn't have a token on the map. Don't imagine yourself moving.
Yeah.
Too late. It's over.
Yeah.
imagining myself flying. Fuck you.
You look as sitting on a nearby rock is a green-clad woman.
Oh no.
Is she in a orange sweater?
No.
Oh, I
Ah,
know what you're talking about.
I was trying to find the goddamn meme, but I couldn't.
No. This is a blue-clad middle-aged woman covered in seaweed.
oh fuck.
Oh no.
She clearly looking at me.
Yeah, she's looking at you. She's like 10 feet away from you.
Yeah,
What do you want, creature?
don't start like that.
It smiles at you.
He's just gonna slowly start pacing, walking away.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
Can Zrekich go looking for, or can Zrek go looking for Zrekich?
Nice.
You beat its DC of 12
Uh,
as the Kelpie failed to charm you.
Oh my god, I knew it was gonna be a fucking kelpie.
Try your magics with me. Very well.
oh no.
And reach 10 feet. Yep. Its seaweed hair is going to leer out and try and hit you.
Well, as he started his pacing before he got wisdom saved, I wanted him to be ready with dodge. But
Fair enough. This will be a disadvantage. I think it misses as the seaweed impacts nearby and misses.
swords out.
You're asking to die, aren't you?
The Kelpie will look at you. Do some quick calculations in its head as it shakes itself as if it was in a stupor. Takes a sniff again. Looks at your orange ass. And then walks almost like downstairs into the water and dissipates. But you
Like
kind
how a mime walks downstairs?
yes.
Basically.
Yeah, and but the top of its head keeps looking at you, and then it disappears. These two, like pond scum green eyes, just staring.
Lesbian in the pool, what is your wisdom?
Death.
Are there any
Bear's
more
going to
eyes in
drown
that
you.
water?
Make me a perception check. Plenty.
He's just gonna sheath his swords and just walk back to the cat.
All right. You turn around.
And not fully. He's always gonna keep an eye looking back, and he's
Okay.
gonna keep like glancing back and forth.
All right. So
making
you're
sure they
kind
don't
of
fall away,
you're kind of crab shuffling and back into the tall grass.
basically.
Where are your friends? You walked into the woods, but my friend, I need you to make a survival check to see if you can find your way back to them as your trail's gone.
Oh no.
Should he have advantage considering I'm calling out Zrekich? You dumb fuck.
For,
Well, it
not
doesn't matter
cool,
in this case.
for some reason,
You're
there's
the worst.
not very audible sound besides crickets
This is
and
the Feywild.
the croaking of nearby frogs.
All right. He's getting up in them trees.
Oh,
Get advantage points.
all right. You climb up the tree. You're a natural climbing creature. I'll give you advantage on like an acrobatics check, unless you have an actual honest to God climbing speed.
I do not.
Then
You
make
don't
me.
have second story work.
He's not that kind of rogue. It's easy enough. It's almost like the tree wants you to be climbing it.
Oh fuck.
As you climb up into the tree, you look and you see a fun field filled with theaters playing.
God, I hate this place.
It's all happy go lucky. It's almost like there's an extra veneer of fucking like cartoon happy over in the field. Make me another perception check at advantage. 93. Wow, that's fucking weird. It's almost you got turned around somehow. Your friends are like way off to the left when you clearly came from the south from like the south and they're like to the west. It's fucking weird, man.
What the hell? Huh.
So with that, do I see them?
You can see the outcropping and you can see the boulder and you can see vague figures. You went farther than you thought. It shouldn't have been that far. Huh.
Wretched place.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna try to make his way back.
I'm pretty happy you guys hired a guide. Or dragged a guide into your problems.
There we go.
I'm not getting paid.
You're getting paid to survive.
You're getting followed though.
Well, if he has to go backwards and back to that river, he's gonna try to.
You don't, as it's more perpendicular kinda ish to the river. You just kinda like veered in a horizontal is the pattern, strangely enough. You zigged when you thought you zagged. I'm gonna say.
Well, he's gonna hop through the trees as much as he can, and if he has to, he'll just land and walk back.
I would suggest you stay in the trees.
Yeah. Well, I said if he has to land.
Oh, we might get to that point.
And I'll use the fucking grappling hook. I don't know what you want from me.
I want you to be an acrobatics check, as every once in a while something feels like it's trying to grab you. You get that like sixth sense of something behind you. And you're pretty much Naruto running through the trees at this point as you feel something on your ass.
More than just the four-leaf clover tail.
Something feels like it's swishing at your four-leaf clover tail. Then that is a lucky ass tail. It is saving your ass. You might want to keep it.
Don't act like the clover's doing this.
Considering
long deserved good rolls for me.
No,
I've suffered for too long.
It's definitely the clover. It's definitely the clover.
Yep.
I'm sorry to tell you, you usually roll twos, my guy, and you've been rolling crits out the ass. And I just want to thank you, you specifically running off on your own in the Feywild, in the hinterlands of the Feywild. This is fun. I am the protector. Oh fuck, Faye!
Well, he said he needed to find somewhere to wash off, and everyone was
carrying
Martyr.
You dumbass! Where are you?
As you see the nearby leaves puff out, and an orange rat with a clover on his tail comes busting out, and combat rolls on the ground.
And he just wipes himself off.
Did you find a place to wash?
I did. Was it suitable for washing? I'd be dead. It's full of Fae. As everything here is full of Fae.
Sippy
will
bring his head up from like drawing a plot on the map on his map where he's gonna head. Zrekich, did you go off by yourself?
I did.
Please do not do that.
Well, you all wouldn't shut up.
I was plotting a course on the map. Please.
Not you specifically.
Zrekich?
Please let me guide you next time.
Can you make me
this place?
Sorry, Zrekich, could you just real quick make me a perception check? No advantage. Anyone else can make a perception check as well, but it'll be at disadvantage as you're focusing on Zurkic.
What about my passive perception of 17?
You're focusing on Zurkic. 10.
Say your sentence again. I didn't hear.
24.
And perception.
Any perception?
Yes.
13.
At disadvantage. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Wait. 10.
All right. So Sippy. Just Sippy. You see. It's funny that you see this. You might actually be able to understand what it is. You see. How do I? You see a very old-looking face, like tree stump old, on what looks like a very grotesque buff old woman with one massive arm, kind of leer through the side bridge.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Would Sippy would I have to make a check for this? Because I think I know what it is.
Why don't you tell me what you think it is? You advantage on the history check.
I think it's a hag.
Could be glamour. That is a very buff looking hag. It looks kind of green, grayish, and it kind of scuttles back into the woods.
Yeah, he will like place himself in front of Zurkic and the hag and just like kind of like at it.
He goes back at you and skitters back into the woods.
And once the hag goes away, he'll unpuff his feathers and look at Zurkic, like not even moving his body, just turning his head. Please do not go off on your own. There are plenty of dangers here, and the land itself is ephemeral.
I know DM's not supposed to have favorites, but fuck.
He's always everybody's favorite.
Shush.
With good reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing. He's my favorite.
I will kill you all.
MC. MC.
Main character.
I try to be fair, but I have socio. I'd be fair in my dumbassery. What do you want from me? You know what you got. What you got when you signed up for this game, fucker. I would love for you to move on, but people keep walking off on their own.
I think I'm going to go take a stroll. I'll be back in 20.
Sippy will just stare. Martyr, what did I just say?
Smack!
That includes you.
Sippy's building leashes right now for everyone.
Orania has not tried to wander off.
I love how
Choose
Sippy
you.
is already group mom.
Zurek hasn't either. He's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Zurek ate a random frog.
Yeah, it's like
he's a raccoon. He eats whatever he finds.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
At this point, Sippy's just like, okay.
The hero's the age.
Everyone come here. Group huddle.
Orania huddles.
So do I. So does Martyr.
Let me set some ground rules while we're in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Please do not eat anything unless I okay it. Please do not go off on your own. If you have any questions about anything, please ask me.
Martyr's hand goes up.
Yes, Martyr.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Damn it. That would have been funny if I was thinking of that, but it's thrown me. Hang on, give me a second.
You know how I can tell?
Something he would say.
You know how I can tell Sippy is the main character? He's the only one whose cards I can't look at for some reason.
What the I heard just machine farting.
Yeah.
Yours are the only cards you can look at.
Yeah.
I'm learning to listen through the warp. Martyr will ask, how different is Fey biology? Should we be ambushed or aim at the left or the right side to pierce the heart? Are there any other major biological differences?
Sippy will just take a deep sigh. It is dependent on Fey creature. I do not exactly know how much to kill them. I have not made it. I have not done much killing of other fae.
If I were to dissect a lesser fae, would the anatomy be conserved to a high level fae?
No, you idiot.
Tippy's just gonna just like lightly karate chop him, like not hard at all, just like slight bonk. We are not going to kill unless necessary.
Right. Yes.
No, I think he was being serious, Martyr.
I'm going to
Wait.
cue to that vision of the owl just staring.
Wait. Really? Like, you don't just. He does the motion of strangling something in the air.
No, I do not. Well,
What?
not anymore. I do not kill.
Wait, at all?
He just shakes his head.
But how do how? He looks at Aranya. I was wrong. You are not the pacifist.
I tried
have,
to tell you that.
My eyes have been opened to a new level.
Anyway, we are not going to kill for no reason because you do not know what that can happen. Last time, you guys killed without knowing what it was. He'll just point to Zrikich. That happened. So please, do not kill unless I say it is okay. I do not actually mind if we kill things. Red caps, not to be reasoned with, but there are some things that are to be reasoned with. I'd prefer if you didn't just go swinging wildly.
That is fair.
Okay, I
He
will
really
try
is.
to
It's
rein
just
in the murderous intent.
he really is already on his last nerve.
Is his eye twitching?
No, not yet.
His feathers stay ruffled when he's around us. We think he's just just seeing us approach. Just very true.
Would the party like to go anywhere this session?
At some point.
And Sippy is just going to turn. We are going this way, and he's going to head off.
Are you now?
Okay.
Now I need the party's answer. Are you heading towards the summer direction or
Towards his
the winter
village.
direction? All right, so
Yeah,
it's summer.
whichever direction is
Yep.
towards Sippy's village.
Summer.
Which I
then.
believe was going towards the summer route.
All right.
Yep.
It may not have been said last session. I may have been wrong. It's summer now because my lore is a bit fucked up. I have things. I just haven't made the map yet because I was trying to find it, but now I have to
Fair.
actually make the fucking thing because I cannot. More world map. Fuck.
We're
Just
trekking
like,
into the woods
Yeah.
behind Sippy.
You are traipsing into the woods behind Sippy. Sippy, you find a relatively
Into the
decent
woods.
Nice.
This is
Sippy.
depressed Peter Pan and a bunch of lost boys.
All right, Peter.
Into the woods.
Make me a survival check at advantage as this is your turf and you know exactly where you're going.
25.
25. You
Hello, Cartman.
you circumvent any outstandingly, and even some much more insidious traps. You pass by one of those weeping bell looking motherfucking plants that smell distinctly of cheese.
What kind
yeah.
of cheese?
The corpse flower. that
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
then they don't smell like cheese. They smell like rot.
rotting cheese.
That's all.
You're taking real world shit into the Feywild. I'm going to fuck with it. So
Nice.
you pass by those, and you manage to not get grabbed by them as Sippy masterfully leads you along a path just out of their range.
No, my children.
At one point, you all have to duck and hide as there is a war party of redcaps running past you guys as you're sitting behind a boulder. And you found them pretty easily because of their clanking boots. After a while, you're free to pass once more. sooner or later, you find yourself in another a little smaller clearing. I presume to avoid fuckery, you sleep in the middle of it as it is beginning to become nighttime. As
Yeah.
and as you're
We will set up
getting
Hoover again.
as you are getting closer to the middle, as you're kind of having to head not exactly to the east. Yeah. East, you're heading like northeast, and north to you, still heading toward the middle. It's going to be much better when I figure out the fucking map, but now I'm just eyeballing it. And you see that there is in fact a small face on the moon as well, and you see the vague outline of one on the sun as well.
Interesting.
For Bakir, it looks like a happy smiley face. Can't wait for you to get to the scary place, and then I just make it look like the Teletubbies baby for the sun.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the moon from Majora's Mask.
No, but good idea. And when you get to summer, it's just gonna be the 2 scoops sun.
I was thinking
I actually like
sun,
Raisin Bran.
the sun for the Super Mario, where it's
Look, I'm a
angry.
weeb. It's probably gonna be Soul Eater.
There we go.
There
Oh,
we go.
there we go.
So you set up for another watch. This is going to be probably a roughly 3-day trip. As assuming you keep making these fantastic checks, you're making wonderful time because the Feywild distances are pretty interesting. It could have been a week, could have been 3 days, and you're rolling pretty good, so you're getting 3 days.
Yay.
So, watch order.
Do the first watch again.
I'll take second.
Okay.
Oh, I'll take third.
I'll take fourth.
Okay.
I get to sleep.
Clank.
So
Alright.
here's first watch.
Yep.
A 15.
Cool.
Nice. 2 out of 5.
Nothing happens. Definitely.
And second was Candace.
Yep.
Candace.
Right over. Slightly Russell. It is time for your watch. Best of luck. I'm assuming the owl is set up for alarm too.
Yes,
Uh,
Hoover has been set up.
Hell yeah. All right.
And we're in a clearing, right? There's no trees.
You're in a smaller clearing than last time, so there is tree. You're sitting in the middle of the clearing, but there's trees within 20 feet of all around
Is
you.
Is it within the alarm?
At the edge,
Mm,
just about.
I don't like sleeping like this. You see, Martyr sleeps face down, like he's planking. Candace, you
wish
see, he just kind of falls
the
forward,
Better option.
and then he starts. You hear like snoring face down, just. He can't rest on. He doesn't like resting on his wings because it's bad for them in the bones.
All right, Candace, you don't find anything either, huh? Okay, lucky sons of bitches. Okay. All right,
Who's third?
Who's third?
Me.
Oh, cool. Rania?
Walks over.
Perception.
Yeah.
26.
Cool. So you don't see anything at first. Then you turn around, and there's a tree
Oh, hello.
right next to Martyr.
That wasn't there before.
And Martyr is in 2 tree-like arms, like a baby.
That definitely wasn't there before.
As it's not
Hello?
moving now. But there's definitely a little wood hammock made for Martyr in the tree.
Hello?
The the knot in the tree kind of swirls, and you see this little this little old man face. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Oh. She's sleeping.
Did you pick him up?
Yeah.
That was very kind of you.
Yeah, hold him, he said. It does. As almost on a comedic delay, Hoover looks over and its eyes, or no, I'm so sorry. Its one eye starts glowing and goes.
Can Martyr wake up to the sound of the owl and feel himself embraced by a large tree man?
Yes.
Now, sir,
His eyes shoot open like Sandy from SpongeBob in the fucking hibernation episode.
Hello.
Nothing's going to happen to you. It's just a sound. It's just an alarm.
He turns to look at the tree.
Hello.
What the fuck are you doing?
You said you didn't like sleeping like that. I thought I'd help.
I started my watch and he was holding you.
Zrek
He takes out 2 hand axes. Put me down.
Well, there's no reason to react like that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not nice to pick up people without their permission.
I thought you was asking for something.
Well, it was not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get explicit consent. Say.
Okay. You got a funny little mark there. It wiggled.
Huh? What did he just say? What did he just say?
He said you got a funny little mark there. It kind of wiggled at him.
Is he talking about the one on the neck?
Could be.
Blink, blink. He hops out of his arms and goes.
Why are you acting surprised?
I did. So I thought he has it normally covered, so he's like you. You moved my shirt. He's a bit like.
What you talking about? That one on the back on the back of your neck right there.
The back?
Yeah.
What mark?
As you can't see it, but around it as you walk out, as you kind of see him as he's turning around, there's there's a little mark on the back of his neck, kind of at the nape.
Zerkich is gonna take out his steel mirror and hold it behind Martyr's head, and then take out his sword and try to show him the reflection.
Is it similar to the first one?
No,
that we saw
not at all. Not at all.
This is new.
So what you see is a small, almost about the width of I would say a slightly larger quarter.
So like $1.
A dollar coin? Yes, a dollar coin. About that much at the nape of his neck of a clock. And the clock has hands, and they're moving.
Are they moving quickly or slowly?
Normally.
What time is it?
8:45.
8:45. Does that time mean anything to you, Martyr?
He looks up at the sky. Is it currently 8:45 Fae time?
I don't think the Fae keep time in the way that we do.
You know we'll put times on your head.
Well, I did hear this ticking noise when I talked to that entity the other night. And it got louder the closer he got. Perhaps it's universal time. Or maybe it's time back in Helheim.
Are the hands quickly, or what I would expect from like a pocket watch or grandfather clock?
Now that it's mentioned, you can almost hear it. You almost can hear the vibration of the tick, tick, tick.
This is distressing.
I don't see why. I told you, I am in the position of power with this oath. I have full reign to do what I want.
And if this thing's ticking down till when you die, what do you do with that full power then, idiot?
I would be dead already if it weren't for this being. So, he just shrugs. It would be an honorable death by a powerful foe. I would be fine
What?
with this.
Unless it's a bomb.
That's not the answer.
Or
Yes,
perhaps
there is.
something he has you doing for him, and this is the time to do it.
I don't know. Did it tell you to do anything?
What did he do? What did he ask me to do? Connor remembers. Martyr's racking his brain.
Mutter can make me a history check at disadvantage.
I don't remember? You didn't perhaps write it down?
For the life of you, you don't know. He just kind of gabbled at you.
Something about freedom, something, ticking, look like me, yelled at him some more.
The tree man left.
His domain.
He kind of hiked up his roots and kind of walked away.
And
his name was Jeremy, by the way.
Good for Jeremy.
This is distressing.
I wonder.
Thank you, Roy Dice.
Martyr can move his birthmark, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It wiggles on its own.
Okay, never mind then. It's a good thing too, because Mario was about to see what happens if he touched the two.
You do notice for some reason whenever it wiggles, it doesn't go near the ticking thing.
Interesting.
And whenever it kind of like circles around the back of your neck, it is almost as if it's like running water around it, and it can't get up to the back of your neck. Tick, tick, tick.
Well, I feel like out of the two of these things, one of them's trying to kill you. So,
Well, the one who puts the clock there looked like me when I looked at him, but weirder and older and like, washed out.
Also made of metal.
That too.
Aren't you washed out?
No. Like his skin was lighter, like grayer, and like he seemed like not more mature, but like more withered, sort of, but metal. It was
Older.
sort of, but I don't turn into metal when I get old, rat thing. So it can't be me from when I'm older. Duh.
I was not saying it was you, dumbass. I was just saying he's older than you.
Why does he look like me if he's not me then?
A parent or grandparent? Older sibling,
Or
perhaps?
someone that just happens to look the same as you. It happens.
My family are not Hybrians. Well, they're citizens of Helheim. They're Helheimians? But they are not phenotypes like me. They are. What are they?
Intelligent?
You get that.
But then
You don't get a headache, but you get like a soft rock that you kind of hit mentally. Just like, huh? What were they?
Their names. They were. It's been so long. I don't.
You guys can see as he's getting more distressed. The mark is wiggling.
We don't have to talk about this now. We don't.
No, it's important. I was with them for 8 years. What were they? What did they look like?
Well, if it was 8 years, a very, very long time ago.
I am only 14 years old.
What does it matter now? You're here now.
What did they look like? He just kind of sits down and he's like trying to essentially bust through that rock in his head. Whenever you've had a mind blank, he's just like,
yeah.
What the fuck did my parents and grandparents look like?
Sippy Sippy will go and sit down next to him and start describing like some of the citizens of Helheim that he remember, like giants.
I will
and the...
say, Sippy, you would probably know, and I'm sure the DM will confirm this. The each Hybrian, when they transform, they have their appearance is based on a mutated form of what they were previously. They don't all look the same. They look like fiendified versions of what they were before.
So that's why they don't look like you. It's just natural to your people.
Possibly. Well, hang on. There was. You see, he's saying he does remember this part. He goes, I remember in my training, we were told that because we were here, we had some dormant Hybrian blood that was activated during puberty and the development of our soul cores. And with that great honor, we become Hybrians and were collected at the time of our metamorphosis and then brought to basic training.
You were taken.
Yes, that is standard. If one becomes Hybrian, it is law that they must conscript into the army. And even if one does not metamorphosize, they are required to participate somehow in the militocracy. What is the word?
Regime.
That's it.
But you have no choice.
No, I mean, I chose not to get killed in training.
It's the greatest honor to serve your country.
Of course, I would have chosen it anyway. I would gladly.
Kind of how it is for the Skaven too. We just kind of picked up and tossed to where they want us.
Sippy will not. As a young, strong youth, it was the only thing you did do. Especially for Hybrians. It was, as he says, law.
I will say, Martyr does have some features still of his previous race on him.
Sippy? You're not sure what you were? It's fuzzy. You have an idea, but I think, unless you think you want to take a check to see if you can recall. Some can kind of recall, but I'll give you a history check. Sippy, you've seen your fair share of Hybrians just from a distance, and I'll give you a check as well. Unfortunately, it will be a history check, so you're both boned.
I have a 14 intelligence. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can describe the features of Martyr if you'd like.
Sippy will take the history check as he stares deeply into the features of Martyr's face.
I think you should say it for the audience, though.
The Martyr has some fangs, which at first would seem like they're akin to like the vampire fangs of a bat matching his wings. But he has two. The ones on the bottom are slightly too large. Normally you have the larger ones on top and two smaller ones back behind it. He has two smaller ones on top and two larger ones that come out and protrude forward slightly in the bottom. It sort of pushes the lip forward a little bit. If you pull down Martyr's lip to look, which he has no problem with, there is slight evidence of some minor dental surgery to just push in this jawline.
There's some
to make it so his mouth closed.
There's like a slight taste of pineapple on your lips.
Martyr also is, as you know, as you can see from the picture, bald. And he has very thick, leathery skin. Not necessarily true for all Hybrians, but he has this sort of like durableness to it. It's reminiscent of like cold species races, and is very resilient races.
With your check, you can narrow it down from his description. He is one of three things. One is severely less likely than the others. He could be a Goliath.
Some form of orc.
He could be an orc, except usually it's less likely. But if it's an orc, they could roll again and end up as a Tanaruk if there's any latent Tanaruk blood in there. He doesn't seem to be a hyper Tanaruk Hybrian. So
because those guys are
so
monsters.
Sippy Sippy will say to Arana, "That is unlikely, though it was a good guess." As
So, but
Tamarooks.
it definitely looks orc-ish. So, half orc, maybe?
I'd like to ask something, DM.
Yes, my child.
I'm messaging it to you, unless you're okay with me just saying it out loud.
Your character.
Anyone who even takes a single glance at Arania sees that she is distraught.
Yeah.
Would the this will be a giveaway to the players? Would his clan
All the
like,
others are like,
tattoo
"This is
have
normal."
survived his metamorphosis, or would that have been like seared off by Hybrian trainers?
You're not trainers, but your puberty. I can't stress enough how much of a metamorphosis it is. You
Gotcha.
actively decay and then reform. It
It's like a
it might. Oh, it's much more horrible and violent than a butterfly.
The butterflies dissolve themselves into like a
they
little pod and then reform.
to goo inside of their cocoon.
You don't get to go into cocoon. You just turn into a writhing ball of pain.
My old body becomes the cocoon, and then a new one bursts out.
Yeah, you literally
up the old
just
you're
like shed your old body, and you're
Like you
actively feeling both.
Like you chest bursted yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the thing from Alien.
Yeah.
So Sippy will like grab onto his jaw, just kind of like looking around. Could you have been Goliath, or as Arania said, maybe not full orc, but half orc? One parent looked one way, and one the other.
Goliath wouldn't seem right. From the ones I met, they were too heavy, and if they developed wings, they were usually warped. They were too heavy to fly.
Then half orc, and is that why one of your parents
Could
was
be.
orc and one was not? That might be why you're having difficulties.
Maybe.
It,
I didn't.
it sounds something. You're in the right direction. It definitely feels positive.
Seems close. But whatever that was, that's not what I am now. So
Sippy will nod.
The ripe old age of 14.
Yep.
I am sorry, I have not seen too many Hybrians in my day. I did not fight with them as much.
He was in a regular legion, not the Legio Euro. In case you didn't know anything.
Yeah,
the Legio Euro? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there you go.
Praise be to Hybris and
Praise
the
be.
Legion of Wrath.
Praise be.
As you could tell, I am not Hybrian myself, so I was not part of that.
Are there any other things about me? And he's just like checking himself over. Just jackass. Zrek.
As
He's
far
checking
as
himself over, looking for all sorts of things.
if anyone wants to make like a
identify-
medicine or a perception check or an investigation check on him, you're free to.
Go ahead, make a phrenology check.
Perception check.
Yes.
18.
Turn and cough at.
Say
Bend over.
medicine or
Grab your ankles.
investigation.
Cough.
There's a tattoo
your
of a
ankles.
there's a tattoo of a bident on your.
It wouldn't surprise me if there is like an actual like tattoo on his upper like behind him that he couldn't see that one of his old
No.
Legion members had put on there for him just as a prank.
No. None of you with your as you all crowd around Martyr and the camera blushes and pans away. There's no mark on him. Other than the ones
the other two we described.
Other than the ones aforementioned.
Redresses. Well, I guess that's a dead end. Anyway. I guess rest time?
You just woke up.
Oh, I guess moving on out.
Wait a minute.
I guess.
No.
You are the third.
He sees Arania kind of at this point. He sees how the stress. He goes,
No, you're right. You
You're
do
looking
have.
at Mr. Arania.
There is one more watch.
Yeah, there's Sippy watch.
Sippy watch.
So Sippy's going to put everyone else to bed. It's like shoo.
Talking with Arania real quick, he says, "You seem upset."
Yes, I am.
What's wrong?
That they took your choice from you. It's awful.
Is it?
Yes,
Do you have free will over what you do where you come from?
of course.
How do they get anything done with all these different agendas people have?
Well, there are people that are in charge of governments and things like that, but no one is forced to take on positions that they don't want.
How does your country...
Not truly forced, where the only other alternative is to be killed. There are sometimes that people find themselves in desperate situations where they feel forced, but it is never an outside another person.
Misreading the situation, Mara goes, "Ah, see, that's where you're wrong. You wouldn't be killed if you refused. You would be made an example of after weeks of torture.
Oh,
Then you would leap towards death. They are very skilled at making sure you bleed out very slowly."
she just pats your little face.
I don't understand how your country can get things done if they don't have a mandatory state workforce.
Because people work. I don't. No one likes sitting idle doing nothing. If given the opportunity, people will choose to work. They'll just choose to do work that is fulfilling.
The army work was fulfilling. You got to live and fulfill people with knives.
But is it what you wanted? Or is it what they told you wanted?
Is there a difference?
There should have been.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you, DM. I suppose maybe that's why I struggle so much with having choice now. Hmm. Tell me, what should I do with freedom? How do you use it?
Well, that's the thing about freedom. You use it. I can give you advice, but for me to truly tell you the course of action that you should or shouldn't take, that's not freedom. Not really.
Hmm.
I think.
Well, maybe not everyone needs freedom then. I enjoyed my time in the army. I made friends in my battalion. He pauses and kind of...
There's nothing wrong with taking advice and listening to orders or suggestions from people that you respect, people that you trust. There's nothing wrong with serving in the army or having served in the army. But it should have been your choice to enter into that service.
You see, he's kind of he's just kind of like picking at his nails now, thinking about something.
I think that as you continue to travel, you should try everything. Make choices on your own. And see how they feel.
I was kind of doing that.
Sometimes you will make the wrong choice. But that is part of living. It is better to know that we have made the wrong choice simply because we were able to choose. If I make the wrong choice because someone told me to, my entire life could be a path full of wrong choices. but they were someone else's choices. If all I ever do are live out other people's choices, am I even living my own life?
Of course you are. You're just living a life. I think.
But is it mine?
Is
If
anything
I don't ever
anyone's?
make a single choice for myself, even if what I choose is to listen to someone else, it's still my choice.
Mm,
But if I don't have the choice, am I not simply living someone else's life? The life being set out for me, it's not truly mine.
he thinks. Well, I know I don't regret what I've done or who I've been. I do, well, I regret how things have turned out, but I don't have shame for what I've done or who I am.
And I don't think that you should. I hope I didn't want to make it seem like that. You shouldn't be ashamed, but I'm just sad
Mm,
that you've lived so long without being able to make your own choices.
well, we'll see how I do with freedom then.
It's
I,
not a game or a battle that you can win or lose. It
then
just is.
what's the point then? If there's nothing to, if there's no greater goal, no greater means to someone's life, then
The
what's.
greater goal and the greater means are just living,
Mm, I,
experiencing everything that you can, learning everything that you can. That's why sometimes it's good to make a wrong choice, because then you know it was the wrong choice.
mm,
And the next opportunity, you can make the right one.
you've lost me. I don't quite get it.
That's okay.
He kind of like sits down and he draws something out of his bag. It's kind of it's a like a small scrap of leather that has some initials carved into it, of varying degrees of legibility. He's just kind of
What is
rubbing his
that?
thumb over it. Memento from service. Uh,
Did you
he
make it?
sort of. It is a treated piece of leather, like it was cut off someone's armor.
Yeah.
Um, there are, I believe, there should be 4 initials carved into it. Let me just double check. Yes, 4. So you see a fancy M, a chicken scratch M, and just what looks like a single line that is you imply is an I, and 2 triangles that form a B. Or the equivalent in Abyssal.
You made some.
Well, this one, he points to the chicken scratch M. The other ones were other members of my battalion, minus the old fucker.
Here's my question.
Hmm.
Did anyone tell you to make it?
Mm-hmm. Well, Matron brought it and said I to do it, but could have said no, I guess.
But you didn't.
It
You
wasn't an order.
chose to say yes.
I suppose.
There you go. Then you've made a choice.
Well, that's at least one.
Do you remember how it felt? Making a choice?
I mean, I make tactical choices every day, but I'm assuming you mean a choice where I could just choose yes or no.
A choice that no one told you the answer. You didn't know if it would be right or wrong, and it really was entirely up to you.
Those usually blew up in my face, but I can remember a few.
And
They felt. I don't know the word for it in common. It means a weird estrangement of feeling, an uncertainty that one can't place, like uh, starts with a
confusion?
Yes, it was confusing, or maybe I
Yes.
just feel confused now.
Well, I'm not entirely surprised if you've lived a life without making choices. Finally being allowed to make one would be a bit confusing.
Yes. He lets slip out of his mouth just as he's sitting there doing it, thumbing over this, and just. I wonder how everyone else is doing. Just kind of getting lost in
Maybe we could go find them someday.
thought. No, they would murder us. Sorry. But it's a good thought.
Would that be their choice?
I mean, they're ordered to kill deserters and infiltrators, so no.
Then maybe they can make a new choice too.
And he just kind of sits in silence.
I'm going to go to sleep.
I shall too. Hopefully not waking up in the embrace of a tree man again.
I don't know. You looked pretty comfortable.
I will sleep with my weapons in hand in case he tries anything. I will lop off a branch.
Two things. Martyr.
Mhm.
There's a pleasant warmth to the back of your neck, right about the nape area. You can almost feel someone smiling at you.
Aww.
And
if I
two,
recall correctly, go ahead.
And two, I'm so happy I left Stream Mode on because I was scrolling through War Room and holy fucking shit, that would have been so many beeps.
Yeah. By the way, remind me, DM, didn't the being Marta doesn't remember? Didn't he also say that he wanted to he wanted to see what choices I made?
Yep.
He and Liv wasn't
Maybe
even here to
Arani
hear
is
that.
the being. You don't know.
Yeah, Arani is my god.
She could be.
Sent from
I
above.
am full of mysteries.
Yeah. Praise be. And the martyr will fall asleep like a like the mummy style. They have their arms crossed, holding things. He's got that with two hand axes, face down, daring a motherfucker to pick him up.
So, Sippy, your watch. I believe you already rolled for that. I don't remember.
No, I have not rolled for it.
Please roll for it.
Yeah.
Nothing happens as far as you know, and you all wake up the next morning. And
Wait,
as
with a 23?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, as far as you know, there's nothing there. As we all wake up in the next morning and feel lighter, not physically, but
okay,
something feels right. And before we zoom out to next week, Zrikic, make me another Constitution saving throw.
Fuck my wife.
You can do it.
Thank God.
There we go.
Okay, good.
Slowly turning into a fucking garden gnome.
Normal rat.
You feel something almost start to sprout from your neck, but you force it back down, and you feel strong. And
Strong.
that's yes, as you've resisted the temptation to sprout something.
Jeez.
And that's where we're going to end our session and stop